the lot. Coming in hot, taking the top spot. Yeah, I never stop, watch me make the drop. Whole world's gonna feel the shock when the bass knocks. Pressure's on, can you feel the heat? Everybody on that feet. Get ready, here we go, can't be beat. This is the moment, we ain't backing down. Tear the whole place, straight to the ground. Bring us down, hit it with my this time. Put the ground on, yeah, we on it now. Back on the track with a new attack. Got the whole squad, yeah, I got the pack. No turn back, ain't no time for slack. Spinning straight facts on this rock track.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Brandon. This is our LS-swapped Mustang that we are slowly getting done, one piece at a time. As you've seen in the previous clips, got a few things done on the car. Got the water pump, got the serpentine belt, we got the power steering pump, we got all the front accessories on the car finally. We got the intake on, so that is finally on. I need to make a line for the steam port. The back ports are blocked off from factory on these heads. I'm going to leave them like that. I'm not even going to worry about them. But yeah, got the cam sensor in. I did that off camera. I got a feeling I take the belt back off in order to, yeah, do what we need to do today. So yeah, back to the original part of this video. So we are going to be running a Holley on this car. I got the Holley sitting right here. We're going to go over is going to control my transmission and everything. So why I opted with the Holley, because why not? I mean, I plan on reusing my 7-inch screen that I previously had in my Turbo Camaro. With us using that screen, I could have went with a stock computer. Didn't want to do that just because I want the dash. I want to be able to read fuel. I want this thing as streetable as I can. Because we are, well, alright, let me say it like this. For me to be able to see fuel level and everything just like a regular street car, I want to make this as factory as I can. I would have to go with the Dakota digital dash because I am not trying to wire everything up into that dash. Two different manufacturers. I didn't want to do research, didn't want to fool with it. So for the price of the dash, Dakota digital, and everything to work with a factory PCM, you would need about the same roughly amount that you would spend on the Holley. With me already having a 7-inch dash, there was no sense in me even thinking about doing that. So we're going to go over this Holley. It is the Terminator X Max. Ran the Terminator X in my last one. It's a fairly simple install. I'm going to try to run this through the factory firewall location that Ford has. Got this during the Black Friday sale, so I've had it for quite a little while. But yeah, let's go over it and show y'all what we're gonna be using. So, yep, here is our Holley harness. This is going to be the main harness. This is going to be the one I'm going to have to run through the firewall, the factory location. This is my old injector harness. The old injector harness, yeah, it's wore out, guys. So the old injector harness fits, I believe it's the EV1 style connector. I can't remember, but it fits my injectors that I have now. I have actually the adapters for EV6 over there that I was using. Those were on the Bosch 210s. The new one, I just had it. Oh, here it is. The new one is a Multec. I'm not going to use it, so I'm just throwing it back in the box. We're going to end up using this harness just because I'm not running adapters and everything else like I did previously when these worked just fine. So we got our injector harness. We need to put on our injectors. Got the main power wire that goes to the battery. When it says goes to battery, it goes to battery. Do not hook it up just to a 12-volt source. We got us a new cable. I already had a cable, but we got us another one. Got our wideband O2 adapter. So, got us a new wideband. We got our input-output harness, which is wild to me because this one's so short. The last one I ordered was like, I swore it was like 15 foot. It reached back into the Camaro. And we got our trans harness that I've already taken apart just because of the simple fact of I had to check the connector on for our 4LAE transmission that we put in the last video. If y'all have not seen that, go ahead and go back there and watch it. We got us a 4L80 off in this car. And let me tell you something. It was not fun doing that by myself. So, yeah. I'm going to try to get as much as much of this is installed as I can. I'm probably going to wait on the trans harness just for the simple fact of I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I do have the shifter. It should be over here. Y'all see all my mess over here. Got our shifter right there. That's going to be our battery cables. So that's stuff I still need to run. Still need to figure out what I'm going to do as far as that goes. So before we even start fooling with the Holley, with the factory New Edge Mustangs, it goes these. Let me show y'all. These are showing you, them would be telling you. So these big connectors right here, that is to the factory PCM, which we will not be using. So instead, we're going to be running it right through the firewall where the factory PCM is located right under there. Right here in the kick panel. Probably won't be able to see it because it's so dark in here. Let me get my light. So it's located right here in the piece right here. So I plan on using that mount. That's a Holley mount. I was test fitting it the other day, see how it would work. It's gonna go up underneath the passenger seat, so we'll be able to still access if we need to fairly easy. My only concern is that harness, when it comes through the firewall, not reaching to the PCM right here. With the trans harness, I'm probably gonna run it right through the factory shifter right there. So it'll come in, it'll tuck fairly nicely because the center console is gonna go back in. We're gonna be using that. So yeah, we just gotta start on it now. I need to clean this back up. I had it cleaned at one point, but you know, when you start removing stuff, dust comes out of nowhere. Yep. So back to what I was saying is, we are going to have to remove the fender liner and get dirty. And I can update y'all as I go, show y'all where it's going to go and see if we're going to be able to manage to get the fit where we need it to fit. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's get started. Alright guys, so making some progress. So I went ahead and hooked up the nitrous plate. So we got that hooked up just to see where everything lands as far as our throttle body and sensors and stuff. So, oh man, excuse me. So needless to say, we got everything wired up in the back for the most part. We do need a cam sensor. We need to put our map sensor in so we can plug it in. We need a extension for the cam because we are running a 4X 58 tooth reluctor and timing stuff. So need to get that extension ASAP. So once I get the extension, I'll be able to plug that up, or I'm probably gonna make my own. I mean, it ain't nothing to it. So got that. As you can tell, we've removed all the stuff that was here before. That harness wasn't getting through. We still need to run these wires, but that's here nor there. We got a lot more to do. On a good note, well, I ain't gonna say it's a good note, but on a note, we're not gonna be able to go through the stock location because apparently all this is tied into one another. It controls one side of my headlights. I want both of my headlights to work. I probably could tap into it and all that, but not trying to do that. The only thing left I can think of doing is drilling a hole right here and putting a grommet. Do I really want to do that? No. But the more I look at it, the more I'm going to have to. So I got the computer and everything out. And apparently, there. So yeah, got the computer out, got the ground off right there. So I really don't want to put a computer right there. So fortunately, the more I look at that harness, the more I believe it's going to reach right there, no problem. So yeah, I am cruising along and getting this thing done, or at least the wires run. So on a note, we're going to move the battery to the back. I got to start working on that. The tire cover well is, I don't know how you say it, it's tore up. So I need to finish that, get that redone. And I'm going to sit here for a little while and debate if I want to put a 4-inch hole through there or not. I do not have any grommets for it, so yeah, I don't know if a 3-inch will fit with this relay and the harness together. So that's the part we run into that's difficult, and don't know where we go from there. So, but for the most part, the Holley engine harness part is done, and well, I ain't gonna say done, but it's done for the most part. That we could once I get everything, all it's doing is just hook up and go once we can get it tuned. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on rocking on and sit here and debate if I want to drill that 4-inch hole. So yeah, hopefully this works out like I want it to. Ooh, what's up guys? So it's a few days later. I left off the clip with deciding where I want to drill this thing. So didn't drill 4-inch hole, believe it or not, didn't draw that. As you can see, I've already drilled a hole about the area I want to put it at. So had to wait a few days and got my new drill, my hole drill, and I got some grommets. So this is actually like a 3-inch hole, so it's not quite as big as the one I had in my Camaro. But I also got something else in the mail from I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got a what do you call it? Basically a relay box for the fans. They're going to be controlled by the Holley. The fuel pumps are going to be controlled by the Holley. Got one for the flex. It came with a flex fuel sensor. It came with a flex fuel sensor plug, so we got that. Came pre-wired with the alternator. You know, with the Holleys, you got to have a 12 volt switch, whatever, to turn on the alternator. So all of that is pre-wired. Let me show y'all. So came with all this wire. You want to know what the good thing about it though is? The only thing I have to do, wire in the fuel pumps, the fans, and everything else is plug and play. Oh, well, I gotta put the battery, I gotta hook up to the battery. So I have like 4 plugs that I have to run. Gotta mount the box, but other than that, that is all I got, guys. It took them a little while to get, but I spoke with them. They apologized about it. So they also make a kit for plug and play with your AC stuff, which I plan on getting also. The only downfall of this is I gotta find out where the hell to mount this thing. So it comes with a lot of wire. I have to run, what is this for? Oh yeah, it comes with extra relays, so for whatever we decide to use. So, but yeah, that's gonna be, I'm gonna hook that up off camera probably. Just to get a general reference. I don't know. I might not. So needless to say, it comes with the power tap. Everything is just plug and play. And that's kind of the way I want it. I could have done this myself, but I am not trying to do all that. Kind of looked at everything. Fairly simple. They definitely did it a lot better than I probably would have. So, yeah, gonna have to mount that eventually, but that's not what we're going to be doing right now. We're going to be going ahead and drilling this this hole so we can go ahead and run that harness through. Get this done. We're getting very close. I want to at least be able to decide where I'm going to put the battery. I've been contemplating on putting it back in the stock location or putting it back in the back trunk. I haven't really 100% decided on that yet, because we got to run those wires. I got to figure out where I'm going to mount that. It's just a lot of deciding on what I want to do. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and drill this hole and get this harness through. So that'll be one step closer to being done. All right, guys. So as you can tell, we got the hole drilled nice and flush. Only downside to it is the harness wasn't quite long enough to put the power tap and everything in there. Got the input outputs hanging out here. Which again, we got that. We got to wire up. So I'm thinking the more I look at it, the more I'm going to try to put it up in the area where we might not have to utilize or service it or anything like that. So I'm trying to get it to where it'll reach. If I put it back here, everything will reach. But we got this nice little harness, and as y'all can tell, it's gonna reach where we're gonna put it. So that's a big thumbs up in my book. We need to run the CAN bus. I think I'm gonna put a USB port in there like I did with the Camaro. I'll show y'all what I had in the Camaro if I can find it. Oh, here we go. So, sorry I'm breathing, guys. I'm cold and everything else. I'm trying to get everything done, but that keeps falling out. Anyways, back to what we're doing. It's a female to female USB. I'm thinking about getting a cigarette lighter, put it in there. That way we're not plugging up or tucking wires and everything for the CAN bus. Also got splitters and everything. I did order the Holley dash bezel for this car, so I'm waiting on that. When we get that, we'll be able to wire in the Holley dash. I got the cover coming from the hole. Needless to say, all we're doing now is running wires. I'm going to go ahead and basically what we're going to do is cut a hole right here. That way we can just put the wires right through down. I may try to run them as close to there and then just plug them up and whatnot. So, moving on along. I know I'm dragging this video out, but that was the main thing that I wanted to get done, and we got it done. So I'm going to continue working on and update y'all as long as I go. I ain't got much else left to do, so just running wires. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the battery. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out and update y'all as I go. All right, guys, I'm going to update you a little bit. So I've made a little bit of progress. We are going to end up putting the battery in the trunk. As you can see, I got it back here. I've already got the Holley pretty much wired up. Let me show you. All right, so as you can see, I've already got the Holley wired up. I am currently running wires. So these are transmission wires coming off of your transmission harness. This one goes to the solid red wire, goes to a 12 volt source, constant, and then you got the red and white switched. The gray wire goes to your brake switch. It unlocks the torque converter whenever you hit the brakes. Black, of course, it goes to a ground. I'm gonna ground it up here where it's already good. Let's see. Oh yeah. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I had to drill a hole right there so we can run the transmission harness through. We got that done. Got my Holley cord already ran. That's going to go to a splitter, which is then going to go to the what do you call it, cigarette lighter fuse thing I plan on using. That way we ain't got to keep on plugging that cord up. Let's see, what else have I got done. Got all the seats out, as you can see. Yeah, we also finally got our cam harness, so the cam sensor is officially plugged up and wired correctly for the 24 to 58 tooth. That is a 4X reluctor on the front. Cam, you all know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we got that done. Let's see. Now with the Holley, for some reason they don't send long enough wire, so I'm having to extend it. Hopefully this is going to be enough. I think it should be, considering. So let me show y'all how I do this. Not a fan of butt connectors, not a fan of soldering heat shrink connectors either. So what I use is these, I don't know if y'all can see it. It's basically a butt connector, but it's got a better crimp. It's not going anywhere. See it? So got some heat shrink there. I'm going to heat shrink that. Run this wire directly to the battery. Let's see. Computer is done, is ready, is got all its plugs in. So the only thing I lack now, I have to go to town and get some taps so I can tap into wires. May do that tomorrow, so dragging this video out, guys, but I'm trying to show y'all how I do it. And if you're new age, if you're swapping your new age to a LS, this this is it. So some issues you might run into, but for the most part, I'm going to try and finish up most of the wiring today and at least get the wires run to where they need to be ran to. That way all I have to do is connect it, hook up to the laptop, and see what we got, see if we got connection, and make sure everything's good. One thing I'm going to probably do off camera, I got to run the battery cables to the front. So I believe I showed y'all that in another video. So I'm going to do that off camera. But needless to say, we are continue rocking on. So at the end of this video, y'all see if we got everything working right. So yeah, I'm going to continue running the wires and see if I can't hurry up and wrap this video up. Alright guys, so I can say we are officially done. Got a few things to hook up, nothing big. As you can tell, I've already been running the battery cable. I already got the cables for the Holley back here. We got 2 wires we got to run to the battery from there, hook up grounds, stuff like that. Let me go into this other side, it'd be a lot easier. So alright, so as you can see, we got the Holley all wired up. It's all dirty in here. Yeah, I got a wiring mess in here. Let me see if I can pull this out. So we got our grounds hooked up to a ground spot, got our relays, you know, just chilling, because I don't know where to put them. We got our Holley cord run. We got our gray wire for the torque converter, to unlock, lock, whatever. The only thing I'm skeptical about that, because I had to use these taps like this. As you can tell, I got the 2 switched power connected together. We're going to see if that works. So got that done. That's hooked up to the fuse box. I'll show y'all which fuse to use if you're using a SN95 New Age Mustang 96-04. So you're going to need constant 12 volt for that switched power. So because if you don't and you hook it up straight to the battery, it will keep your ECU on. So but we can, I'm going to put those back together, hook up the 1 ground there. But for the most part, we are done with the wiring right there. We are done with the wiring, period. So let me see, let me show y'all what fuse to tap into. All right, let me get my light. So as y'all can tell, we got it tapped in to the 4th one from the top. I think that's the it's the one for the chime. I know that because whenever I plugged it back in, it started going off again. It is a 5 amp fuse. So we got a 10 amp on our wire, but for the most part, if you're using that as a constant 12 volt, I tested it multiple times, so hopefully it works. If not, we're gonna have to tie into the this. I don't want to, that is a thick wire in there, boy. So but yeah, if you want to, I was getting constant 12 volt right there. So what I get to do now is I'm going to run the battery back to the trunk, go get my laptop and see if we can connect to the ECU, see if it turns on, double check everything, and we should be good. Gotta terminate those other 2 wires to hook up to the battery. So yeah, we are wrapping this video up. I'm gonna go get my laptop, start connecting everything back up, and see where we land from there. All right guys, so I made a little all right, so that fuse that I showed y'all was not the right one. As you can see, we've done moved it. So the second one from the right to the left, you can see right there. Right, let's see if I can show y'all better. Anyways, this is gonna be your 12 volt constant during switched whatever right there. Don't use that one right there because it is 12 volt all the time. When I was testing it, I had the key on trying to figure out which one's 12 volt. Didn't think about it being constant all the time. So that's your little singer for the when your key's on and everything, or in the ignition. All right, so we got second row from the top down, second one from the right to the left. So it should be like, I think it's like a 20 amp fuse. So throw it in there, you should be good. I've already tested it, works great. So we're gonna go over here and I'll show y'all. We've got the computer hooked up. All right, let's see. All right, and cancel. All right, so got our little dinger. And we got power to the Holley. The Holley is officially, when I say official, it is officially, all right, I don't care about all that. All right, so we got ECU, sync, blah, blah, blah. There you go, bam, we're online. It works, we are good. Holley is connected, it is ready. We still have stuff unplugged that don't even have a map sensor, all that. So, but the one thing we're gonna get, boom, done. Holley is off. So we got our switched Holley's hooked up. The only thing I gotta do, finish putting everything back in the car. So yep, that is going to be a wrap for this video. Been like, how long did it take? 2 weeks, and that's because I worked on it when I could. So we are officially done with wiring up the Holley. So I am done for today. It's supposed to be getting cold this weekend, and this is where I'm going to end that video off. If you want to see more of this car, more information as I figure stuff out as I go along, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Any ideas that I can go off of, go from there. Still got to hook up that current performance wiring kit, not kit, but fuse box, relay center, whatever you want to call it. Still need to finish up the battery relocation. So hit that thumbs up, guys. This is gonna be a wrap for this video. More to come. I am slowly but surely getting done with this car. Probably not gonna make the deadline I want to make, but we're gonna be getting closer and closer each week. So work on stuff off camera, work on stuff on camera, show y'all what I do, blah 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 blah. So until next time, we'll see y'all later.